It feels good to be bad. I've heard that somewhere before, and I have to admit, I'm enjoying being the bad guy in this game. So what happens now? Well, I guess we keep going. Last time we made a good start on the Thieves Guild stuff, as well as joined the Dark Brotherhood, and this time we need to keep chugging along with both of those, get closer and closer to being completed. As I said I would last time, I did a few of the standard missions off camera, and now we have our first special Thieves Guild job. Apparently there's some rival guild trying to get started up in Windhelm, and they're murderers too, so we need to go and deal with them. I find the man we need to talk to about this, but unfortunately talking to him was quite difficult considering, you know, the dragon problems. And they really were problems. The bastard elder dragon killed me. Fortunately for me, he didn't turn up next time, so we could talk to the guy. His daughter was robbed and killed by this guild we need to shut down. He's given us a name to investigate, so we'll start there. This lady knows the guild we're talking about, and she's more than happy to give us the information in exchange for us not murdering her. Should also be a future offence for us, which is handy, but first we need to go and deal with the guild. I really did expect a challenge from them, but honestly it was really easy to kill them all. Even when I found their boss, Linway, I mean, he's a little more difficult than the others, but really not by enough. Killing him was so incredibly easy. I got back the family heirloom for farmer cruelty and took out the rest of them to boot. Head back and mission complete. Now we've got to go back to regular missions, so I picked up a burglary and a numbers mission because they're the easiest. One in Whiterun and one in Markarth, both places we still need to get. I had to Markarth first, but that was easy because it's the treasury house, which we've already been to before for another mission, and which we basically killed everyone there. So that was a piece of cake. As for the numbers, they're always easy, and this time wasn't any different. As I got back though, we got invited to do our second major mission. That is 2 out of 4 of them. Very nice. We need to go to Markarth and convince the son of an old contact to help us. So we head back on over there, and yeah, he definitely needs us. He explains to us that some special silver mold was taken from him and he desperately needs it back. Sounds easy enough, doesn't it? It's out in some little house down south. That'll be a nice, simple mission. Well, in case you haven't guessed by my tone, it's not. Just to get there I had to kill some kind of tree spirit as well as bandits and a fucking bear. I got there, broke in, found no trace. Also a man who says he knows nothing about it, despite knowing exactly who our contact is. And Skyrim completely screws up. He was meant to attack us, but instead he went back to bed. It's relatable, but I killed him anyway. Then we found the secret entrance, which I'll admit took longer for me to find than I care to say. And then when we get down there, I get murdered. This is not an easy one. It's not anything we can't handle though, it just requires us to be a little bit more careful than usual, a little bit more cautious, and we eventually find the one responsible for the theft and stab her in the chest. As we manage to trigger every single trap on the way, and I do mean every single one, to the point of nearly dying. But we do manage to get the mold, and then I steal everything else as well. We head back to the silversmith. He's more than happy to have his mold back and more than happy to help us in the future as a fence. More to the point, we've got the mission done, so we head back. And what I haven't realised by now is that doing these missions actually improves the guild. We've got a couple of shops down here now. Not really something I'm going to use a lot, but it's cool to see the improvements. We've done a decent amount of thieving stuff, so we need to mix it up a little bit, and that means returning to the Dark Brotherhood. First though, we need to get changed into our official uniform. We 100% do not have to do this, but I want to. And then we head over there. I'd love to get a mission from our favourite Dark Brotherhood person, Astrid, also the only one we know, but alas the quest is with someone else. I started an accidental quest by reading a book, but we'll worry about that another time. For now though, we have a chat with a guy named Nazir, and he has 3 contracts for us to do. We might as well do them all at once, so we take all 3, a beggar named Narfi, a recluse named Enodius, and a mine owner named Batild. None of them sound difficult, so, you know, we'll get that. Just as soon as we learn the murder word of power. Seriously, that's what this was. Finding Narfi was easy enough. Killing him though, that was surprisingly difficult. The shout, as it turns out, is useless, and also we get found out by the guards. Oops. Next time, easy kill, but once again, bounty. That's the problem I really don't want to deal with. I did decide at one point I'll sod it and I ran away, but it turned out when the guards are pursuing you, even if they're not in range, they don't stop. And you can't fast travel when they're there. That's annoying. I decided the only way for me to really get him is through an actual assassination. So we go all sneaky, wait for him to return home, and get into bed, and then we give him a nice sleep stabbing. Apparently we get a 6 times multiplier for that, meaning it's a 1-hit kill, which is good for us. Also, nobody noticed. Next up is Bayfield in Dawnstar, and do you know we've never actually been to Dawnstar? I know, I was surprised to learn that too, but I've never visited the town. It's been on the map probably since the start of the game, but we never really had a good reason to visit though. I like it though, nice quaint place. We find our target easy enough, but we don't want to kill her when she's out in the open, so we'll wait until she gets home. I have to pretend we're going into a museum just so no one thinks we break in, but when he eventually goes, we break in, we find the lady, and we give her a good stabbing. Final one now, and he's just in a campsite by a river. Unfortunately, we did get slightly delayed by another dragon. This one has a name for some reason, but a name didn't stop me from hacking him to death. We did the same to the man too, or, well, I tried, but Ada finished the job for me. Hey, dead is dead. Who cares who technically got the kill? We head over to Nadir and witness a jester bringing a body to come live with us. Okay, so there's clearly something more to this than we know, but we'll find that out later. We turn these jobs into Nadir and we get a new one from Astrid. However, we're not ready to do that now. We head back to our thieving job after, of course, another quick costume change. And we get 2 jobs in Markov, which we've already finished. God damn it. It's random. There's nothing I can... Well, I can cancel them, but, you know, money. I head there, finish the numbers job very easily, and the thievery one was much the same. Get a couple more. One of them in Riften, one of them in Solitude. Okay, good. We still need Solitude. Riften with a piece of cake, and then Solitude was literally just hitting a button while looking at a book in a publicly accessible building. Yeah, that was going to be easy. Heading back, we got our 3rd major Thieves Guild mission. Nice. I've been happy just doing 2 of them this episode, and we got 3. We have a chat with Thane of Solitude, and he wants us to go and secure some kind of item to plant on another man's ship. In terms of getting the contraband, it was easy. All I had to do was pay a woman. She told me exactly where it was. Of course, the item in question was underwater, but it wasn't hard to find. Then we head to the ship, and you know how thieves are meant to do things silently? Do you think this counts as silently? No? How about this? No? What about this? Is that still the one way to do it? I'm really not good at the stealth thing, am I? Fortunately for me though, it's more than enough for what we need to do, and that's the item planted. And the Thane's more than happy with our work. So with that quest done, we're finished. And do you know what? I dare say we've done quite well. We haven't really accomplished anything major, but we've made solid progress on 2 different quest lines. We prepped for some more interesting missions next time. So next time, we'll do those missions. And I'll see you then.